Hi everyone, hope you are doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, we have talked about the issue of Fred Matiang'i on this channel, and I know in many other political platforms that discussion has been there. But then, the emerging situation after Fred Matiang'i meeting with the William Ruto CSS, there is a new revelation coming here, of which maybe knowingly or unknowingly, Azimio could have been playing into William Ruto trap. But again, it also exposes the danger that William Ruto has been working on and the fear he has had from the time he took over power. And for those who do analysis, if you check on the political economic analysis on how to destabilize a government and stabilize a government, and going with the example of William Ruto's government. So you will check on the risk factors. So what are these risk factors? The risk factors are the former insiders, the insiders of the former government or previous regime. Because Uhuru Kenyatta just exited power, then William Ruto came in. So those who are close allied to Uhuru Kenyatta, those who are working close with him. And if you check in that side, then you will come out with about 3 people who have been at the top 3. Number 1, it is Uhuru Kenyatta himself. Number 2, it is Raila Amolo Odinga. And number 3, it is Freddy Okengo Matiang'i. These are the insiders of that previous regime. So the other question will be, who is the biggest threat to William Samoei Ruto? Once you reach that point, then you know Raila Odinga is the biggest threat to William Samoei Ruto as of now, because again, even that is the man who challenged him in an election which he believed that he won it. And therefore, among the top 3, then Raila Odinga is little, of course, the top threat to William Ruto. Then we have Uhuru Kenyatta. In terms of he's an insider, he was in the previous government, he has a lot of information about it. Then financially, and then you come to Freddy Okengo Matiang'i, the man who was on ground, of course, doing most of the operations here on behalf of Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. So among these 3, then you check who is more approachable. Going with that, then it is you check on Raila Amolo Odinga. You cannot approach him easily in that line. Then check on Uhuru Kenyatta. It's not that much easy to buy into your issue. Because even they went further to give him a job, but you can see after even being given a job, you will see Uhuru Kenyatta on top of vehicle campaigning with Raila Amolo Odinga. That means that job does not matter for him. What matters for him is Raila Amolo Odinga, and seemingly that is the direction he can go, and if it means even protecting his business, then so be it. So the soft spot there remains to be Freddy Okengo Matiang'i. So after that, then you go further another step. So you put down the formula you are going to use to reach out to one of those top 3. And of course, you have already analyzed the person you will target here. Of course, it is Fred Matiang'i, that's the soft spot. So the first formula Ruto was using to deal with Matiang'i as one of the insider was threats. That's why you saw the night visits, the failed arrest, the threats that have come, even including Dennis Itumbi going to the court to sue him about Rwarakarana and many other things. Those threats failed. So it means option 1 for William Ruto to reach out to Matiang'i failed. Then he came to option 2, diplomacy. So currently, Ruto decided to use the diplomacy formula to reach out to Freddy Matiang'i. Because now, Raila Odinga is a threat, he cannot have him, it's very expensive, you can't afford him, and seemingly is not willing. Uhuru Kenyatta is like he has decided it is Raila. So diplomacy is the way William Ruto is using to reach out to Matiang'i. And I'm going to explain more, but before we go deep into that, just a quick request. For those who are watching and you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our returning subscribers, I must say thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to this discussion. Now, on matters of using diplomacy to reach out to Matiang'i, one question that people should be asking themselves, if indeed Matiang'i had a case to answer in this country after the alleged raiding of his house at night, and of course, we knew that DCI was there breaking into his house with his officers. The question is, how did the intelligence allow Matiang'i to leave this country through JKIA to Europe? It cannot be possible. It means they were aware. So from there you will learn that that is the time the option 2 of diplomacy started working. So the allegation is that Fred Matiang'i got out of the country to Europe, and in Europe he got to meet with the Uhuru Kenyatta CSS to negotiate on a deal which is going to work for them, and see Matiang'i coming to work in William Ruto's government. Saying that now Matiang'i will drop Uhuru and drop Raila Odinga and now work with the William Samoei Ruto, because to run this government, William Samoei Ruto need some of the classified information. Those people who have this information, it is Uhuru, Raila has it, and now we have Matiang'i. So Matiang'i is the only option that will help William Samoei Ruto to get some of this secret in the government, classified information, to help him govern, so that now he can understand on how to approach, even if it is politically or any other means. So Matiang'i is so much critical in this regime, because he tried to crash, it never worked. And again, even if you are crashing, how will you crash Raila? What about Uhuru? And that explains the reason why you see someone like Rigathi Gachagua is constantly attacking Uhuru Kenyatta to tarnish his name and try to crush him politically, something that has always failed. So Matiang'i was in a deal, according to allegation, because hatutasema ni mambo sisi tumejua, ni allegation tunaongea tu. And they reached a deal, of course, with the William Ruto's CSS. And after that, of course, Matiang'i on 3rd, he safely came back to this country and through JKIA, and he was at home. Then from there, he agreed to go and meet with the DCI. Look at that. So from there, he came safely. There was not that kind of harassment and arrest to do all those drama. It never happened to him. And after meeting DCI, you see, they went there and then they keep him for long. The question is, even on the charge sheet, why is it that Matiang'i never write anything on that charge sheet? It was empty. Then they were preferring charges to Matiang'i and then to the DCI. Now from here, politics were at its play. Now Raila comes in to support Matiang'i. Uhuru Kenyatta threatened to storm at DCI office. But then William Ruto was now playing his politics. So that now Matiang'i comes safely without thinking of, there is betraying the other team. So all of a sudden from that scenario, Matiang'i was released. He was at home. Then all of a sudden from nowhere, we see Matiang'i in a meeting with the William Ruto CS for Education, Machogu. And now in the meeting with the Machogu, and of course, you know, Machogu meeting, in one side was to plan on William Ruto's visit to Kisii. But again, beside this, and this is where another bombshell lies, the elders who were used to bring Machogu together with Matiang'i, because they were not seeing eye to eye. The allegation is that the same elders are the same people that were used to bring people like the Anyona and the team together with the former late president Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi during the time when at some point Kisii was tilting towards the opposition side. So Moi needed that vote, especially from the Nyanza region. Those elders are the same who brought together Fred Matiang'i and Machogu in that meeting. So after the meeting, you can tell what will happen from there. From here, these people have already initiated a deal, well signed and well executed. So it is now, perception developing now is that Matiang'i is now free, he has no problem with the government, and now he can meet William Ruto's CSS. And soon you will see Ruto in Incase, and seemingly Matiang'i could be among the people who are going to receive William Samoei Ruto. I'm telling you, within a short time, Matiang'i will be somewhere in this government. The real reason is that Ruto need that classified information to run this government. These people do not, are far away from that crucial information that they will need to run. And again, having all your opponent outside the government with the crucial information in the government, it is very lethal. It's going to turn against you. Now, wamesema maandamano. So Ruto was in a dire situation, in a panic, to have someone with inside information. So at least he has Fred Matiang'i as of now. So it is Ruto who needed Matiang'i more than any other person. And Matiang'i has decided, after all those now, intimidation failing, now diplomacy has worked. That is how we are reading into this whole issue. So the photos we are seeing people sharing, those are old photos that the First Lady was meeting with Matiang'i, had a meeting with Matiang'i in 2019 there. They were doing some project to do with the prison something, prison women something. Those are the photos we are seeing. But it is far-fetched from the issues we know about the current situation of Matiang'i and this government. People will say, oh, it is the Mama Rachel Ruto is trying to mediate between Ruto and Matiang'i. No, this regime need this crucial information from Freddy Okengo Matiang'i. And that could be the whole story we are getting from here. Thank you so much for those who reached out for us to get this kind of story, to bring it to you. I don't know your views, but let us meet in the comment section to continue with this conversation. If you have a better views to add on this one, or contrarily, please do it in the comment section. It's going to be very important to this discussion.